Okay, so I just want to show you guys a little bit more about these Kanban cards that we have. Um, we have some of these that lead ourselves to a link to buy the items, but we have a lot of products where we have to email our vendor and tell them what we want, and so we were like, well, how do we make these QR codes useful for that? And so we figured out that we can make a QR code where if you scan it, it will pop up a complete email that has been fully formed with, like, it has the to field filled out, it has the subject filled out, it has the body filled out. So all you have to do is scan the QR code, press send. That's it. You're done. Really great when you have a bunch of pretty specific things to tell your vendor. So how we got these QR codes, I mean, we have, like, this Excel sheet is kind of complicated to make it so that we can pull up any Kanban and have it fill in all the appropriate information. I'm not going to get super deep into that in this video, but I'm just going to go over the email QR codes. So what we did was we had this formula. It's this image one right here. I'm going to put this in the description. And basically, it's just like up to right here is the QR code formula, and this basically just says, like, hey, make a QR code, and then after this equals sign, they just expect you to put a web link. Like, you could make this be equals google.com, and that way, when the QR code is formed, it'll just take you to google.com. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have noticed it before, but sometimes on web pages they have this link that when you click it, it pops up your email. So let's send myself an email. So you just do mail to and then the email address, and then there you go, it pops up with email address. So that's like a HTML link. So I saw that and I was like, well, why can't I put that in a QR code? So I did manage to figure that out. So the thing is that I wanted this to be easily editable by anybody and not just me. And the issue with this is that you have to use the HTML encoding, and so, like, just for example, it says mail to %3a. So %3a is the HTML encoding for a colon. So then I combine these strings together using these ampersands, and then I also used the encode URL formula, and then I made these three fields: email, subject, and body. And the body, so it's like, okay, here's the whole email, here's the subject, and then here's the email. So this is easily editable by anybody in our shop, and then they can just reprint this Kanban card if they like. And so I just use the encode URL. I select the email, and then I go back into this so that it's now, like, okay, we're going to do the subject, and then I encode the URL for the subject, and then the body, and yeah, so that is pretty much it. It's pretty simple, and then it creates this QR code here, which you can then put in other sheets or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm still kind of trying to figure out the scanning of this. Currently, it only works on my phone, which is fine. It's okay, but I'd love to be able to do this on my computer, because we have other QR codes that we scan with a link on it to reorder product, and that's just kind of hard to do on your phone. So I'd love to do it all in one place. So if you have any information on how to help me with that, I'm all ears. Okay, so I thought I would just show you the final results of all this. A little hard for me to scan the QR code, but all scanning the QR code is going to do is just put a link into your web browser. So I made the link right here. As you can see, it's very long. So that's how much information can be stored in a QR code. It's pretty cool. So copy paste that into my web browser, and then there you go. So it has the to field filled out, the subject is filled out. We have, hey, we just need to get some 1/4 inch black Kotex Sintra, so we have the name of the product and everything, and then have all these descriptions as well. And I guess I want to say too that we'll go into this a little bit later, but we've even gone so far as to making the email reference the product name as well as the reorder quantity. So if we change the reorder quantity in our software, that it will then translate over here to the email. So okay, I'll go into that later. That's enough for now. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.